F4 Phantom in DCS with the Pimax Crystal Light. Wow, this is epic. We've got the full motion rig going, the butt kickers are in full swing. We've got the VP Force Rhino force feedback bass. This whole setup is a marriage made in heaven. It is absolutely wild. You can probably tell from my hair, I've already been flying in the rig, and I've kind of made this video back to front. I actually did all the flying first, and I'm actually doing the intro video last. Who knows? That's the way I did it. But the Pimax Crystal Light has actually got a special on at the moment where I think it runs until the end of September. It does. Runs until the end of September. You can get a free PC VR game. You need to get on their site and have a look at what games qualify. But you also get a 15% discount on the Studio Form Comfort Pack or Comfort Mod Kit. And I think that's awesome. Pimax are fully open to people modding these headsets for comfort. They acknowledge the fact that it's not going to fit everyone's head shape exactly how it needs to. And if you're having issues with your headset, regardless if it's Pimax Crystal, Pimax 8KX, whether it's a Quest 3, it doesn't matter what headset it is, look into getting comfort mods. It makes such a massive difference to the experience overall, how long you can play for, but also lining the lenses up properly for your eyes so you don't get artifacts and Mora and all that other craziness going on. I do need to let everyone know, Pimax have sent me this headset for free. I've only got it for 30 days. Hopefully they'll let me hang on to it for longer because I've got so much cool content that I want to make with this headset. But for now anyway, I've got the headset and I'm allowed to do what I want with it and put out this content for everyone watching. I'm under no duress to give you content in any way, shape or form. I'm free to say what I want. And so far, this headset's awesome. I love it. With the comfort mods, the visual clarity, you do need a powerful PC. But if you're in this category anyway, you probably should be there. But the software is evolving to the point where you can really tweak this headset if you don't have a powerful PC, so you can at least use it and still get some benefit from that visual clarity until such time as you can upgrade your graphics card and your computer to handle all of the specs that this headset can put out. Please like and subscribe, share this video with all your crazy friends. It has grown to a level I couldn't have imagined so far. And because of that, people like Pimax are reaching out to me to share this kind of hardware with you to be able to review. So it's so incredible. Thank you, everyone. Anyway, let's dive in to the F4 Phantom, although we're kind of going back in time because I've already done it, and let's check out the video. We're back in the F4 Phantom. This time though, we've got the Pimax Crystal Light. And I have got to say, the visuals, the clarity of the gauges, I mean, the Quest 3 is pretty good, right? It really is. With a powerful computer, I'm running a 4090, I've got tons of RAM, got a 10900K overclocked 5 gig, I'm running Wi-Fi 6, so you can push that Quest 3 through virtual desktop really hard. But this just takes it to another level. The field of view is almost identical. I've tested that in one of my previous videos. I'll have a link either at the beginning or the end or somewhere in this video. I might have already linked it, but it's really good. However, the field of view is almost identical, but the clarity is so good. The reflections, the little bits of dust, the paint missing, it's just amazing. It really, really is amazing. So let's get this puppy started. Now, the only difference that we don't have is the pass-through on this. When you go to pass-through, it's barely acceptable. If we had color cameras, it would make it so much easier. It's really hard for depth perception as to where to reach out, but you know, it does work. You tap the side of the headset and you've got it, so it does give us something. The Quest 3 does a much better job of that. You can really see everything in the cockpit well, and I even like, because I can do a cheeky nose peek with the Quest 3, I can't do it with the Pimax Crystal Light. However, let's get this bird started. Let's go out for a fly. We're going to put it through some maneuvers, go out over the mountains, come back around for a landing, and give you my impressions of the cockpit with the Pimax Crystal Light of the F4 Phantom. The other thing that we're also using is the force feedback Rhino joystick base. Now, although this is not a video on this stick, it is epic, and married up with the motion simulator, the butt kickers for vibration, the Pimax Crystal Light for the resolution and the clarity, plus the local dimming for the blacks.
paired with the VP Force Rhino 4-speed back stick is epic. Sitting here cold and dark, you've got resistance on the stick. You can feel, it feels fluid. You've got some feeling there, although it is quite loose and sloppy. It's got feeling. And once we fire up and we get going, the stick really starts to liven up. So let's get it through the startup procedure, shall we? And I'm sort of doing this a little bit blind, but we'll see if we can manage. So I'm going to work our way through. And if you haven't seen my simplified startup procedure, I recommend that you do, because it certainly helps in this regard. Okay, so we pop that one out and we pop that out. So we got both detents unlocked and we are good to go. Okay, we're just going to unlock the throttles there. Okay, they're both unlocked. That's excellent. Okay, and we are ready to get some. Got to do this all by feel. Okay, there we go. Okay, we are ready to get some. Where are we? Some ground contact. Okay, so why have we not got? Oh, there we go. The mouse is back. I wonder why that wasn't working. All right, so we're going to need to get. Oh no, we don't need Jester. We want ground, and we are going to get external power connected.
Roger.
And we can actually have a little cheeky look out there and see when that power cable gets connected. There we go, that's connected from the cart, so that's pretty cool. I am going to work on getting voice attack running again, so these commands can actually...
External power is connected, sir.
However, once you get familiar with your cockpit, it's not too bad. So we're going to get air source going now, so we need to connect right engine.
Roger.
And this is awesome. Once the air starts spinning the turbine, the whole rig starts shaking and shuddering. It just feels, man, it feels alive.
Connected it on the right.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to start airflow now. Okay, airflow is started.
Yep, done.
We're going to have to get ready on this right one here. So basically, we're going to ignite at about the 10,000 RPM. So we are ready to burn. There we go. And we'll go half throttle. And as soon as it starts to spike on the EGTs, we will then back that throttle off. Actually, no, sorry, apologies. We back it off now. I believe as soon as it starts to fire, we back it straight off. And then we take out the ignition once we hit a spike on the EGTs. Almost, it was flared almost sort of 7 to 6. This will need talking. I'm not some kind of expert pilot. There we go, she's flared. Alright, so that's the right engine started. And get our Jester commands up. Actually, we might even get our canopy down because we've got the engines taken up, a bit of noise going on there. So there we go, canopy closing, and as soon as the canopy closes, that gets helmet on. So that's all looking good. Back to ground. Oh, picked the wrong one again, silly me. Where's my little back dial? There she is. Okay, we'll get back onto ground.
Canopy down and locked. Lights out. Stripes aligned.
Copy that. Okay, connect to left engine.
Roger.
I'm not bother disconnecting or any of that stuff at this stage here. And, it's funny, I had in one of my previous videos someone comment about why would you bother going through all of this stuff, like how silly it is.
Connected left.
I mean, it's a simulator. It's good fun. So, if that person's watching this video, I like it, all right? Okay, so we got that connected. Now let's start airflow. Okay, and we'll get ready on the igniter.
Done.
And my simplified startup procedure, as I say, I don't have to use the mouse for much of anything in the cockpit here. And there we go, we're at 10,000. So we'll get that one going, and I might have done that procedure slightly backwards, if I think. Maybe I needed to go, I can't remember, because if you go half throttle too soon, you can, I think you can flood the engines and have a engine out, or a backfire, or I don't know what it's called, something, and then you can be in big trouble. But yeah, back to the startup procedure. I've basically mapped it across all my buttons on my selector switch here, and in a minute, once we've got the left engine started, we're going to go through that where we actually switch to basically mode 2, and then that reassigns these 6 buttons to another series of buttons again. So there we go, that's all started up. So that's all looking good. We can lock the throttles together now. Mode selector switch to mode 2, and we basically go back through and okay, that's starting to get everything on, and we'll go to mode selector 3. And here switches and dials and buttons and stuff's coming alive. And now we're into mode selector 4. There we go.
Okay, ready for alignment?
Okay, beautiful. So now we can do the alignment. Let's see if I can get this thing to... No, oopsie, what did we just press then? I always find this mouse a bit weird when you're trying to get this alignment to go. No, we've missed our... Oh, there we go. Yep.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Alright, what alignment do you want?
Yeah, we're going to go with a... see if we can... Oh, can we get it? Where is it? Oh, come on. Yeah, I really do find this a bit janky-wanky, weirdo. Don't know. No, we've lost it. Okay. Oh, look, it doesn't matter. Even if we take off from where we're going, I can remember this this flight path by memory for the most part. And basically, it allows you to get the cockpit all started, everything running pretty much by feel, because the mode selector switch is doing all the work there, and you're really hovering around that same section. And if we switch that into mode selector 5, that's basically switching on weapons. And once we're airborne, we're really into our weapons and into our radar and navigation systems anyway. So this is feeling nice, and I reckon we get this ready. So we'll get the chocks out, and we're going to want Grand Prix here. We'll get the air off, so we can disconnect.
Roger.
And then we should actually see the air get coiled back up on top of the little cart there. There we go.
And air is disconnected.
Okay, and we can now disconnect external power.
Roger.
Oh man, this is so cool. Honestly, once we start the taxi, it is just wild. And again, coming back to the Pimax Crystal Light.
External power disconnected.
Are just amazing. I'm going to put up some video showing the local dimming. Hard to capture, but I've got my camera pressed right up into the lens, and it's just amazing what the local dimming actually does. Okay, wheel chocks removed.
Roger.
Okay, now because I've got the haptic feedback, you can actually feel those chocks get removed. It's crazy. You can feel the ground crew interacting with the airframe.
Yes, sir. Chocks out.
Impossible for me to demonstrate that.
Okay,
on
sir.
camera, but
you're all set.
Local dimming,
Have a safe flight. Disconnecting.
And it is just such a game changer when you're in the cockpit. The shadows, what that actually does to everything is just amazing. A couple of other things as well. I've got my rudder mapped to my pedals. I'm actually running 2 throttle pedals, and hopefully new camera angle today you'll be able to see the pedals in better action, and basically the flight stick as well, and sort of what's going on internally in the cockpit here. But I'm running a cool little bit of software, UCR Mapper. I've shown that in other videos how to get that working, and yeah, I'll obviously put links to all that stuff in the description so you can reference it. But UCR Map is awesome. It lets you merge 2 axes into one, and then in game I'm able to map that to my rudders. But then funnily I've actually got brake mapped to my brake pedal of my actual racing pedals. Works well in this because when you come into land, it doesn't sort of snake off the tarmac too much. So all is good there. All right, so let's actually get this puppy moving. So we are good to go.
Oh, for the love of Pete, man. Why are you moving while I'm aligning? Now I gotta use low precision. Ready to taxi.
He's still trying to align. Doesn't matter. Oh, it's funny. Okay, so we've got our nose steer happening there. Oh, beautiful. Oh, this is just amazing. I mean, the motion rig, the force feedback stick is already dialed in and an incredible.
Okay, tell me, how low are we flying today?
And an incredible setup. Yeah, to be honest,
yeah, baby, how low are we flying? Pucker factor 10. Got it.
With the Pimax Crystal, man, it is the cherry on top. I've got to be honest. This is just absolutely wicked. Wicked, wicked, wicked. Okay, so we've got the city out there. Cool. So we're going to taxi down, and then we'll be taking off back the direction that we're heading down now. And we'll go out for a loop over the mountains, and I've got a cool little circuit that we can cruise down and then cut back around through the valley and come in for a landing. We'll put this through a few of its paces. I've even dialed some of the surge, the negative and positive surge in, so that when we go afterburner, man, you get thrown back in the rig. It's pretty damn cool. Just the sun coming in, and yeah, it's a real special place to be. Man, it is cool. Okay, this looks like us. Alright, we're taxiing in. I know I'm not following my lines perfectly, so apologies to the purists. And I might have actually taxied a little bit too far. That's okay, I'm not a professional pilot. I am just a enthusiast who likes to have a heck of a lot of fun. And I'll see if I can demonstrate this with my new little camera mounted down on the rig. So have a look at the stick and watch what happens with force feedback when I put my foot on the brake. Isn't that wild? So the feedback that you feel with the VP Force Rhino, it is just incredible. I've got lots of extra things dialed in, like road rumble and afterburner effects. And look, real pilots might say, look, that's not realistic, but for me, that's the stuff that's adding immersion, and it really just adds to that overall feel of the game. It's really quite special. So anyway, for me, I love it. I think it's really cool. But let's get this puppy in the air. So we're on the brake and half laps. Just check landing gear is in the down position. Yes, it is. Okay, and we are good to go. So let's go full afterburner, holding that brake, and we are off.
Engine's good, airspeed off the peg. 80 knots, 100 knots.
Man, you can see
heads up, nails, 12 o'clock.
You just see how alive that stick is. Okay, landing gear is up and laps are up.
Gear's moving.
Ooh, you've got to trim this out, man. You've got to trim this bird out. You don't trim,
gear up.
Your arm is going to be damn sore. Woohoo! Oh,
heads up, we've got traffic at 1 o'clock. I have a new bogey, right 6 miles, 3,500.
Never disappoints. Never disappoints. Righto, so some settings that I've done, I've actually tweaked it a bit, and as mentioned before, we've got the surge working a bit more aggressively. So
turn point is updated.
I'll actually go full afterburner now and watch the rig get thrown back. Man, that is the coolest feeling. We'll back it off. So with the motion compensation, I'm sitting nicely in the cockpit, and I actually feel like I'm getting thrown back in the cockpit of the aircraft, even though the whole rig is moving backwards. And for those that don't know, if you have a motion rig and you've got motion compensation off, you'll actually go through the back seat of the cockpit in game, and if you go left or right, you'll literally go out of the cockpit, and it's like your seat is floating out in space. So the motion compensation is integral to a motion rig to help keep you centered in the position that you're in, but then you can still feel all of those force effects. So yeah, it's absolutely cool. So we'll go full afterburner down through this section here. and I'm feeling just heavy vibration through the stick. I absolutely love the feeling of the VP Force Rhino in full afterburner. Man, that is just epic. Now it's a real tricky one because I'm using OBS to screen capture, but then that zaps your frame rates a bit. I am running OpenXR, and it's the OpenXR widget, I guess. You can get it from the GitHub. I'll put it in the description, and it allows you to tweak some settings and then fire up the Pimax in the OpenXR software. That is different to the OpenXR toolkit that people may be familiar with. But yeah, this is definitely the way to run it. Oh man, look at this. Cross the ridge. It's just, it's just awesome, this game. I mean, the visuals, you know, you can see the little bits of dust. I'm trying to touch out again. The little bits of dust and the dirt and the rust around the nuts and bolts. It really is spectacular. It really is. All right, going for a roll. Woohoo! Oh man. So basically we've taken off from the airbase and we've taken a left, 90-degree turn, and we're just going to follow through this mountain range for a little bit and then make our way back through the city and come in for a landing. And frame rate's pretty good. It could be a little better. I am pushing my settings pretty hard, but as I say, with OBS running in the background, it really does zap your frames. Oh, the feeling of coming off that mountain range and it just opening up is just wild. Anyway, so without OBS running, I do get, I'm normally running about 60 frames, 65. I am running the Pimax at its high resolution setting, not custom, and so high is basically you know, 1 for super sampling, and that's really it. I'll happily share my my in-game settings as well, so people can see what I am running. And there's a few tutorials online to try and get the headset dialed in, but it's really just a case of getting a baseline and then tweaking and playing with the settings. But this is, yeah, this is playing really nicely. So let's see if we can fly her nicely through here. Gotta try not to crash and kill myself like I did last time. That was so funny. Oh man. Yeah, it is just beautiful. So you might be able to see a slight micro stutter there on the ground. I don't get that when I'm not running OBS, so it's a real shame if that is going to come through on camera, because that is certainly not what I'm experiencing. So we are going to go full afterburner and straight up into the sky. Oh man, this thing is crazy powerful. And the force feedback with the Rhino is just epic. Oh, through the clouds. Alright, we're going to bring her right around. Oh, that was just the best feeling. The best. Oh, I don't think the motion comp's working. You can see how close I am to the dash. I'll have to get that turned on. It must have shut off again. Oh, that is just the best. So that's actually a pretty good demonstration of what happens if the motion compensation is off, because that literally pulled me straight up against the dash, which wouldn't happen with the motion comp on. So just going to recenter myself there. Go for another roll. Interesting, so I need to tweak that. Something's changed because when I roll, I'm staying centered, but on that on that actual roll then, I moved right forward to the dash. So yeah, definitely a little glitch going on there. But anyway, that's not a video for today. That is a video for another day. Let's make our way back now towards the city, and we'll sort of follow this these lower lands areas all the way back to the airbase and bring her in for a landing. Yeah, the motion comp's definitely gone wonky on me. Yeah, colours really pop. The local dimming in this headset is something I mentioned in my review video that I released last week. You cannot underestimate local dimming. Yeah, if you're looking for a headset that's got a really, really sharp resolution, do not underestimate the local dimming. Those two pair together so well. The colours, the blacks, it just looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing in the Pimax Crystal. Even the green, everything just really pops. It's really sharp. I can read everything very clearly. Man, I love this low level scooting through the desert here. It's just beautiful, beautiful terrain to fly over. Might just make our way down through that little valley through the two mountains there. Full afterburner. Now we go for fuel. Yeah, we got a little bit. That'd be funny, wouldn't it, if I ran out before we got to the base? Oh man, that is just the coolest feeling. Wow. Just the coolest feeling. Wow. Okay, so we've got an airbase there, obviously, but that's not where we're landing today. We're going to keep on pressing towards the city. I mean, even my shadow down there, although it's kind of popping and glitching a little bit, that's the game, not the headset, but the shadow just looks so sharp, the detail just looks excellent. Coming in low. I love the Nevada map. If you haven't got it, it's well worth purchasing. You can perhaps wait if it comes on sale, but I just dived in and grabbed it. I love flying through the mountain ranges here and the terrain. It's really, really beautiful, and it's a really big map too. There's lots to explore, lots of bases to land at. Yeah, it's going to be cool when we come in for the landing, and we'll really focus on the stick when I'm coming in, because the feedback and or lack of it that you start to feel as you're slowing down. At the moment, I've got quite a lot of resistance on the stick for roll and pitch, but when you're coming into land and you're washing off so much airspeed, it's incredible how loose the stick gets, and my inputs are really magnified to try and keep the airframe in flight and level, and it just adds to that immersion. And then the minute you touch down, I've actually got the touchdown effect dialed in, and a few pilot people have commented, and also my friend Andrew in some of my previous videos, the retired Air Force pilot, he's also commented that that's not realistic to feel that sort of that jerk on the stick, and that's cool, right? But I'm not a real pilot, and so for me, the immersion that brings of feeling like I've touched down is just wild. And you can dial all that stuff in the VP Force telemetry force feedback software that comes with your Rhino force feedback base. I mean, this terrain is just awesome, absolutely awesome. So I've got the city in my sights, sort of making our way through these little ranges here. blast out through that range, and then we'll get up to a little bit of altitude so I can actually get a visual on the airbase, and then we're going to bring her in and see how we go for a landing. Yeah, it's just awesome. It really does. The Pimax Crystal Light is the ultimate simmers headset. There's just no getting around it. It just works well with the comfort mods that I showed in my previous videos, or previous video, and some cable management that I've got going on here. You can sort of see that. I'm just using some little key fobs that I got from the stationery shop. That gets it up out of the way. You don't feel any annoyance with the headset at all, and it just works really, really good. And the clarity and the comfort, I could fly in this all day long. Okay, so let's keep our eyes out for the airbase. I think it's just over there to the left. Yep. Okay, so now, one thing I'm very good at doing is talking, but when I really start to concentrate, I tend to go quiet. So if there's a big pause of silence, that's because I'm concentrating. I really hope I don't mess this up, because I want to do this video in one hit, minimum editing, and just have a really good time. Man, it just looks so good. And the distance that you can see, I mean, that's the one thing you get with the Quest 3 is, you know, real far into the distance. It's just not crystal clear, pardon the pun, but it really is sharp. It's super, super, super sharp in the Pimax Crystal Light. And with the comfort mods to get it all lined up properly, I've got no more, I'm not getting any of the weird artifacts and stuff that I have had in the past when testing my friend's headset, because the comfort mods help get the lenses lined up properly. Even though they're spheric, a bit like the Quest 3, where, you know, you've got a pretty big sweet spot, there still is a certain angle that you want to be looking through those lenses. Otherwise, things just don't line up properly and look correct. And that's really where that Mora or that artifacting comes in. Okay, so that's the airbase there. All right, we're really going to have to wash off some speed here. What are we doing? Yeah, we're doing about 600 knots. Okay. Oh, I forgot to map my air brake. Okay, so. All right. We'll see how we do here, because, oh yeah, we're down to 500. This is a messy landing, people. I do apologise. Okay, let's get some flaps happening. The half flaps. What's our airspeed? Landing gear is down. Oh, it's a bit of a messy landing. Oh, I've completely motzed it. Okay, so I'm going to be truthful here. I actually belly flopped and we died. I tried to do it in one, and I completely crashed and burned. So we've actually looped back around so that we can at least finish the video with me coming in for a landing. And I promise this is only take 2. But yeah, I think I have more fun than I do being serious. But man, it's a heck of a plane to fly. And as I was saying, when you're coming into land, man, she's a handful. And I'm probably a little bit too low here, but that's okay. If we maintain this altitude, and then I'll try and come in for my my glide slope. But yeah, as you start to wash off airspeed, she really becomes a handful. The stick becomes quite lively. You're not getting as much feedback through the stick, and you're having to put a lot more input into it. So we're just going to get half flaps there. Okay, airspeed. All right. See if we can stick this landing. All right, landing gear is down, and the clunk, you feel that not only through the sim rig and the butt kickers, but also through the stick. So all of those sensations correlate. It's really quite cool, actually. Oh, a bit of throttle to keep it flying. Oh man, it's a bit of a messy one.
And gear, flaps, pressure, warning lights, anti-skid.
Man, I am on the brake.
Yeah, with a landing like that, you could park it in suburbia.
Woohoo! So that's the only problem with the way I've got the brake set up. As we're sort of coming in there, I've had to swap feet. So, look, I don't have an ideal braking solution yet, but I tend to do more flying than I do landing. So, it's not a major, and it gets the job done. It's a bit creative. Man, oh, that is just... So there you have it. We've managed to land the F4. Whew! That was something, I gotta be honest. That really was something. Man, the Pimax Crystal, the sim rig, the butt kickers, the VP Force Rhino is just an epic combination. I really...
Yeah, let's
no
do
words.
it.
So there we have it.
Righto, there we have it, the F4 Phantom in the motion rig with the Pimax Crystal Light. It is such a cool experience. The resolution is awesome. The local dimming is a game changer. Those two things matched together are just incredible. I do have a link in the description. It's an affiliate link for the Pimax Crystal Light. If you're thinking of buying one, please jump on there. It really helps the channel out. It's really starting to grow, and big thanks to Pimax for sending me the headset so that I can start reviewing it. Really hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, share it with all your crazy friends, and I will see you in my next video.